For this week's discussion board, we were going over the article of many Americans are convinced that crime is rising and they're wrong. We were asked to comment about it with the questions: were you surprised by anything in the article and why? What effects might these misperceptions have on your community or environment? And what are the dangers of enacting policies just so people can feel safe rather than actually being safe? The only thing that surprised me was the actual data that is collected about what people thought the percentages of them being part of a crime, being a victim, compared to what the actual percentage is. Where they thought 15% of the time they were going to be a victim, where in actuality is 1.2%. That surprised me only because it's such a big jump in percentage. Whereas compared to being asked the same question about them losing their jobs, where it was roughly 15% as well, and in actuality, the percentage of them possibly losing their job is only 13%, which is much closer. I believe the only reason why it surprises me is just for that big jump alone. What doesn't surprise me is the fact that people are worried that they will be a victim in a crime. Because people are usually prepared for something like that, especially with everything that's going on in the world, such as the officers shooting young black individuals while they're doing absolutely nothing wrong, or perhaps an officer's having a bad day, somebody wants to rob you for the fun of it, so on and so forth. Anything could happen, which is understandable. As far as the effects of misperceptions have on community and environment, honestly, I cannot say because usually everyone is still prepared for something to happen. And should something happen, it either happens quickly, where the person is robbed, they're given the money, or a shooting occurs and a cop appears and the whole thing's shut down. Because that personally would happen with me, I'm usually prepared for any given scenario, or most scenarios. I'm usually prepared for something. So, as far as the entire community, we're also usually prepared for something, including to help each other should something happen. And lastly, for what are the dangers of enacting policies just so people can feel safe rather than actually being safe? The big thing for me on that is that it'll actually be limiting the people who are going through with the policies because they're being restricted on their rights or their liberties just on the off chance that something does happen. For example, all the gun laws. A bunch of people are Second Amendment, uh, pro Second Amendment, where they feel like their uh, rights are being taken away for them to have a weapon. With that, oh, a lot of people are not able to defend themselves having a personal carry weapon should they be robbed or should a shooting happen. And so, with that, they're actually putting people in more danger than helping them.